Hey, welcome to episode 111 of the Brian Oak Show. Normally, we start with some sort of weird oddball song that I don't know, has no real point of reference other than it was something that was stuck in my head that day. But today we're doing something different.
No?
Is
Okay.
that Herb Alpert or is that Sergio Mendez?
I think it was part of the dating game theme,
What
maybe.
what about Chuck Mangione? Why can't we feature any Chuck Mangione on the show? Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Now here's the problem. Your ridiculous humming, Sean, is going to get us sued.
That was a mouth horn, jackass. That's a mouth horn.
Mouth horn?
Yeah.
That's the
Anyway,
worst
welcome to the
name for
Brian Oak
those.
Show. We're doing our first ever Zoom call with our friend and repeat guest on the Brian Oak Show, Sarah Morris. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hi, Brian. How are you doing?
I'm good, and it's lovely to see your face. I wish it was in person, but that's not the world we live in right now. Um, you're home. You're in your bathroom, which many people have seen you in before. I've seen, I've seen
Awkward.
bizarre people pop out of that shower. No, I haven't actually seen you in it before, just on the internet.
Which is better. The story's getting better.
Makes it weirder, doesn't it? Somehow. Um, you do toilet tunes, and you've been a guest on our show, and we'll do it in person again sometime. But uh, so I'm looking outside my window right now from my dining room, and I am actually someone who loves winter. I like it when there's snow on the ground. I like Christmas lights. I like the shoppers rush home with their presents. Somehow no one's invited me to be on a holiday single yet, but I love holiday music. And Sarah, I know you do too, because you do an annual holiday show. This year, were people allowed to go out and do shows? Is it correct that this year would have been year 14 for your show?
It would have been, which is weird because I'm only like
I was going to say, did you
21.
did you start when you were 8? That's not
So
possible.
weird.
So
Just a
weird.
tiny
But
toilet back then.
we had a chance to talk a little bit before we started this podcast. And I am, and I have been for anyone who's ever heard me on the radio, I am an unashamed collector, curator, and celebrator of holiday music. That's why when I say I'm looking outside, I wish there was snow on the ground. Not only do I love winter, I hate it when people start playing Christmas music in mid-December or mid-October.
Yeah.
But once we're past Thanksgiving, boom, bring it on. I don't care. Bing Crosby, Ray Charles, all the classics. But then there are so many great little weird holiday asides that happen. She and Him. Zoe Deschanel has
Mm.
a great holiday voice. I love, love, love. And see, I'm jealous because I'm going to get my Christmas tree tomorrow, and Sean already has his up, and I'm actually kind of super jealous. On this dining room table that I'm sitting at now, I bring out all the Christmas paper and the wrapping and the gigantic bag of bows we have and all of it. Little known fact, Brian Oak loves wrapping holiday gifts. My corners are so fucking tight. You wouldn't believe it. Go ahead, laugh it up. And
Oh
then
no,
all of a
I'm
sudden, oh,
We need
impressed.
proof. We need
oh,
proof.
oh, it's coming. It's your gift. You're going to think that it was wrapped by an elf who's also employed at Macy's. It's
Like
going to
this.
be brilliant. But I actually love this time of year so much. So I'm sorry you can't do your holiday show, Sarah.
Thank you.
But I mean, like you all obviously to do a holiday show, it's not just a machine. It's not just like, oh, here's another venue to market for being a musician. You must love the holidays.
I am like you, except for that I will start my holiday music day after Halloween.
Too
So,
soon. Too
well,
soon. No, we have to think
it's
about Thanksgiving. Here's
lines
why
are being drawn.
it matters to me because like in a row, Halloween, Thanksgiving, December, but to each their own. And you know what? In the spirit of the holidays, I'm going to let you do your own thing. That being said, you love it when you love it. But the point is, the most important part is you do love holiday music.
I love it so much. It is like no part of it is like, can I make money as a musician? Even though that's a super viable thing, like in the holidays, like how are you gonna do this? But no, my dad is a huge holiday music lover, and he passed that on to me like direct injection into my bloodstream, sort of thing. And I just have always, I love it. Like I love it so much. And my kids are getting there, which is good. And so the shows, it's funny because my band always does the show with me and they will all tell you that they do not feel the same way about holiday music.
A
But they've been
lot of people aren't into it.
Yeah.
But they've been really good sports about it and done it with me the last 13 years of shows.
Is that why you call them the imaginary elves? When
They're
you
the
do
sometimes elves, right? This year they are imaginary.
Sometimes elves. There we go.
Well, so the most of the year I gave them this band name, Sarah Morris and the Sometimes Guys, which was just like one night I said it on stage and we laughed, and so then we kept it. Right. And then at Christmas time, I was like, well, now you're the Sometimes Elves. This is when you're elf. It's your elfin time.
It's weird because like a lot of people are not into it. And so my other job, aside from the podcast, is I work at a record store. And we have put out this incredible spread of holiday music that's available. And so because of my time in radio, I keep asking them, when are we going wall to wall 24/7 holiday music? And everyone looks at me like, I hope you die in a fire. Well, okay, that was strong, Sarah. I
know these people you're talking about. I encounter them all the time, and
they don't care.
Like, show up with tinsel in my heart and in my eyes, and I'm like, guess who's going to win this battle? Because my joy for holiday,
I like that,
so much stronger. Just wait, let me sing you some "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree." Here we go.
She has tinsel in her eyes. Her name is Sarah Morris, and Sarah, before we talk any more about our mutual love of this time of year and the music, you're in your bathroom and you do a thing called toilet tunes. I want to talk more about that and its recent transition to the outdoors, where I know that outside everywhere is a toilet, but I don't really want to go into that. I don't want to go that direction. Would you be willing to do a song for us right now?
Yes, I will do a song. Can I do an original one?
Heck yeah.
I love that.
Okay.
So before you go into an original song, there are so many artists, singer-songwriters will put out a Christmas record and it's top to bottom traditionals. So when I hear an artist, my old colleague, Carrie Noble, whoever, JD McPherson, when they put out an album of original music, that record's really good. Knox, oh my God. But when I hear someone create an original holiday song, it only adds to the lexicon. It adds to the lore. I love it. So you can do any original, anything you feel like doing.
All right. I've got I write a lot of Christmas songs, considering that you can't, sing them all the year, but I'm going to do one. This is brand new. So it just came out on all the streaming places last Wednesday.
This is your brand new song.
This is brand new. Am I not supposed to lead with brand new? I'm going to lead with brand new.
No. I love it. It's actually got me kind of tingly with excitement.
So the story with this song is I went on a run last December 22nd, which I know because I have the sound thing in my phone, which is dated. And I got this like verse and chorus, and I ran home and I sang it all like, extra running breath, whatever that means, like out of breath. Yes, this is classy. Into my phone, and I sent it to my friend Matthew French, sorry. And I was like, I think you can help me write this. And so we wrote it all via text, and then kind of forgot about it. And then midsummer, I was like, I think I still really love it and I want to record it. And so we did all kinds of things to make it happen COVID style. There was people in the studio with masks, and there was also people who sent in tracks from Chicago, and Brian Nichols plays piano on it. And he is so amazing, and he made this song sound so amazing. And I don't know what he looks like because he wore a mask, and it was the first time I met him. So, but he's phenomenal. And so this song is called Make Room. What a funny thing it is. Take a tree from the forest and plant it on our living room floor. What a funny thing it is. We have much too much, and still we're out shopping for more. Take a look at our calendar, refrigerator stuffed to the brim. So we're uncomfortably full and overtired, but somehow this morning I woke up inspired to make room for a little more joy and laughter. Oh, make room for memories we'll enjoy long after the ornaments are pulled away. The New Year's resolutions fade to February dreams of summer glow. So make room for a little more love to grow. What a funny thing it is. We spend so many hours staring at these tiny screens. Oh, this time of year, I know, can feel pretty lonely. It's easy to forget to believe, but then the starry nights, the twinkle lights remind you of when you were a child. And when you open your heart to that holiday magic, you get the kind of present money can't buy. So make room for a little more joy and laughter. Oh, make room for memories we'll enjoy long after the ornaments are put away. The New Year's resolutions fade to February dreams of summer glow. So make room for a little more love to grow. I have wanted, I've made lists, but the older I get, what I've learned to be true is that all I really want is a few more moments with you. So make room for a little more joy and laughter. Oh, make room for memories we'll enjoy long after the ornaments are put away. The New Year's resolutions fade to February dreams of summer glow. So make room for, ooh, let's make room for, ooh, let's make room for a little more love to grow. What a funny thing.
Brian, you have to mute yourself.
You. For all the people, for all the people who have listened to the Brian Oak Show before, me getting weepy or emotional during a show is not anything new. Holy shit, I felt the holiday spirit.
That was so good. So good.
So good.
That's just fantastic.
So good. She has tinsel in her eyes. God damn it.
I knew it.
Oh, that was fantastic, Sarah. Thank you very much for that. And now that's a brand new song, and well, not brand new if you wrote it earlier this summer, but it's now available on all the places that anyone will be able to find your music.
Yes, and play 500 times in a row. No big deal.
I'm cool with that. Holy crap, the way I felt during those last few minutes, I could easily do that. I think Sean's showing.
I like it. He's gonna share things, this is
look at
hardcore
that.
zooming.
Oh,
That's
I
my
thought he was
show.
sharing his porn history. So let's talk about your 14th annual holiday show, which sadly cannot be in person this year. What a bummer, because goddamn, that was really nice. So how do people enjoy your music this year and this week?
Yeah, so it was going to be at the Hook and Ladder, still live stream, but it was going to be full band and all kinds of fantastic. And then, we're pivoting. It's the holiday show pivot.
Yep.
We're being festive and flexible. And so on Friday night, I'm going to be here in my bathroom by myself. And it's going to be on Facebook and YouTube. So the easiest way to do that is to follow me on Facebook, or follow me and subscribe to me on YouTube, or go to my website, sarahmorrismusic.com. It's going to be a free show because that's what we're doing. And the music is going to start at 7, but at 6:45, I'm going to be live already, mixing up cocktails in my bathroom from the Flying Dutchman in
Oh,
Edenberry. So I've got 2 cocktail. They make these great kits called Quarantini kits. And so anyone who wants to mix drinks with me can also order Flying Dutchman Quarantini kits. And then you go pick them up, or I think they deliver. I don't know. And then I'm going to shake some cocktails before I like shake it, I guess. Does that make sense? And then
that,
yeah.
yes, that makes sense.
The bathroom's fun.
The acoustics are spectacular, plus your songwriting. Before we mention our first sponsor for the Brian Oake Show, you said you were out for a run and that song came to you. So when it comes to Sarah Morris writing songs, does it come crashing out of the sky, or is it like pulling pieces together that don't want to be together? I mean, like, or is it a little bit of everything? Like, how does Sarah Morris write a song?
For sure, it's both. I mean, running songs. So running is a huge part of my songwriting process, because either it is when I go and I'm like trying to make those pieces fit. Like if I have pieces and I'll, because it's a place where I can go and no one else is with me. You know, there's not that many places I can be alone, except for my bathroom. And
like your bathroom,
like my bathroom. Because, you know, we've got the 2 kids, they're home and they're somewhere in this house right now. But yeah, so sometimes I'm running and I'm just like saying different lines until I figure out the way things go. But there are times when I'm running and like things just come crashing out of the sky. And that is a beautiful, exciting gift that I always say, you know, thank you for. I'm a big thank you person about the sky. That's my whole Instagram. I don't know if you've ever seen all I do on Instagram is I take pictures of the sky and I write cheesy little love poems to the sky.
So saying things crashing out of the sky actually fits very well with your worldview.
It does. Yeah.
Her name is Sarah Morris. Before we talk any more about the holidays, or before she makes me cry again with another amazing original song, I do have to take care of a sponsor, and that sponsor would be Smart Start MN. Smart Start MN is Minnesota's original ignition. I forgot about those posters. Fantastic. Smart Start MN is Minnesota's original ignition interlock company. And what they do is, if you, someone you know, someone you love, someone you are vague friends with, makes a bad decision and drinks and drives, you're going to need to get back on the road at some point and not only think about what you've done, but actually get back to living a normal and better life. And they can help you get there faster. They can help you get there less expensively than it otherwise might be. smartstartmn.com/Brian Oake Show, and they will cut you in on a special deal. Is that right, Sean?
Yep, 20% off the ignition interlock. Just go to smartstartmn.com/The Brian Oake Show. That should be up on the screen right now, isn't it, Brian?
No, I see Sarah's face. I see your face. I do not see Smart Start MN, but that's super easy. Smart Start MN, as in Minnesota.com. You go there, /Brian Oake Show. Super simple. Although Oak is spelled with an E, and that could throw some people off.
Is it sharing now?
There it is.
There it is. Yes.
Perfect. I'm getting the hang of it.
I keep worrying that you're going to share something that should not be shared. There we go. Look at that.
Brian.
I know, Sean.
I know, Sean. Everything on Zoom.
Your life is not like other people's lives. Yours is clean and everything's fine, and there's nothing to ever be embarrassed about.
Just pure of heart.
Sarah Morris is our guest right now. Minnesota singer-songwriter. And so, Sarah, you talk about your kids being home right now and they're doing the distance learning. My wife's a teacher. She has to do the same thing. And it's weird because this is something that I like to ask creatives about, and I consider you a strong creative. And even those of us who are not strong creatives, during all this downtime, or when you've got this extra time, people are like, oh, you've got so much time to do A, B, C, and D. But I find that a lot of creatives this is actually sort of crushing them or stifling them or quieting them. What has your experience been during lockdown, during COVID, during this new life we're all sort of planning and figuring out? Do you find yourself writing more, writing less, playing more, playing less? It's just, to me, it's very interesting what these unprecedented times have done to all of us. But to me, creatives in particular, there seems to be an expectation that with all this extra time, you must be writing the great American novel or
Well,
the
we got to
next.
punch those people in the face. As
Yeah,
soon as someone says that, that was
that's what I
like
was
right
looking
at the right at the beginning of quarantine. People were posting this like square, and it would be like, just remember that Shakespeare wrote King Lear in quarantine. No big deal.
for.
Sure. Uh,
And, but I
that's
mean,
the
there
wor-
is more.
there's more free time and you're more weary by just living also, right? I mean, I've had we're now in what, third trimester of COVID or
We're going
third
to have
quarter.
the COVID baby soon.
They're popping out, I think. I think
Yes,
that's the
they
deal. I
are.
think the ones that got busy right away, early planning, they're being born
Just in
Lucky,
case.
really soon.
Just in case. We should try to have a
just in
baby.
case this goes on a long time, let's make sure and be pregnant during COVID.
Yeah.
The hell is wrong
Yep.
with people?
Yeah,
But
I didn't
so, I
choose
mean,
that path.
I don't doubt that I don't doubt that you still have periods of creativity, but
Yeah.
I mean, so has it been more or less?
I would say so for me, creativity and things. I mean, I really believe in like creativity as a commitment and something that I like must commit to daily. And so I have very pretty strict daily practices, I guess, that I have employed that were serving me pre-COVID and have stayed intact during COVID. And those include my morning run, my poem to the sky every day. I write morning pages, journals, 3 pages of like freeform journaling, which today was a letter to 2020. I was like, hey, 2020, I don't actually blame you. And I wrote this, that was 3 pages of that. But so I have these practices in line that feel like they've served me well so that they help me weather what, I mean, because I'm not I don't feel particularly creative. I don't feel particularly inspired. I am seeing the same things every day. And even though I wrote an album once called Ordinary Things, and I believe in looking at the same ordinary things and finding the new beauty in them, you get taxed by like truly the same, 9 months. But I've written with my songwriting group where we got songwriting prompts, so that kept me busy all summer. And I've kind of in the fall struggled to, I didn't have songwriting prompts, and I knew I needed to focus on getting my kids set up for distance learning. So yeah, I mean, it's been hard, but also I do feel like my dedication to the muse, I guess that's what I call it. It's not cheesy, but I feel like committed to that. Like I feel committed to my kids, so that helps me.
Which is great. And I don't think anything about what you said is cheesy at all. And in fact, that sort of discipline. See, that's the kind of stuff I like to learn about. Is when you think of creatives, people think of Lord Byron or Charles Bukowski, right? Like they don't realize that there's work in being an artist, or the level of work and dedication and focus that it
Yeah.
requires. That to me is the fascinating stuff. Like it doesn't, sometimes it does fall out of the sky, but you, like everything else in life that's worthwhile and worth your time and offers your soul any sort of respite, there's work involved, right? The universe
Mhm.
seeks a balance. And so I'm glad to hear that. Also though, I'm glad it's the holidays. I'm looking outside at this sunny day. I know it's cold outside, but there's this gorgeous sunshine. And after like 5, 6, 7 gray days in a
Oh
row, I
my
can't take
God.
it anymore. Um, it's just gray, and so I love to see the sun, but I would love to see it glinting off 6 inches of freshly fallen powder. I really love winter, and I love this time of year. And you're helping us get into the spirit. Are you going to play another song for us right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna play. So here's a song with a fun story, and the Eric Bloomquist has engineered and co-produced all my albums, and He runs River Rock Studios in Minneapolis, and he used to be in my band, and he actually is more of a Christmas music person than my current bandmates. And so he wrote a Christmas song back in I think it's 2012, because I think I had a 4-month-old, and he brought to the studio that he works at, or that he owns, was new. And so he brought together a bunch of artists that had been recording there, and they called it the Waterbury All Stars. And it was me and Claire DeLune and Lizzo. So on this recording, it's me and Lizzo and other people. They're there too, but whatever. I'm just like, it's me and Lizzo having our moment. And so nobody recorded it together. It was like layered studio style, but then we did one Care 11 morning, like Saturday morning spot. And so that day there's a videotape of me singing with Lizzo. And last year someone reposted it, like when I was falling deeply in love with her, and I was like, we're best friends. But this song is about Christmas in Minneapolis.
Oh.
My dear, it's my favorite time of year. Time to spread the joy and the cheer. It's better out in the winter weather when we all get together. Christmas in Minneapolis, deck the halls in old St. Paul. To our friends up in Duluth, wishing a happy holiday to you. Raise your glass, gather round one and all, sing along and watch the snow fall. It's better out in the winter weather, so let's get together. Christmas in Minneapolis, deck the halls in old St. Paul. To our friends up in Duluth, wishing a happy holiday to you. Christmas in Minneapolis, deck the halls in old St. Paul. To our friends up in Duluth, wishing a happy holiday to you. Wishing a happy holiday to you. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Every Christmas song ends on a jazz chord. That's what I decided.
Always learning. Always
Good.
learning. Before we hit our next sponsor, I want to ask you, Sarah. So you have this amazing bright quality to your voice, but there is so much nuance and touch and the phrasing. And when you talk about ending with a jazz chord, do you feel as a musician and a performer that there's always more learning to do? It's weird to me, like when I watch performers or hear performers who are so good at what they do, almost universally, they tell me one day they want to really sit down and get good at it. And
Oh, for sure.
it's crazy. That blows my mind. Like you're beguiling, and I know in your heart of hearts you're still like, oh no, I learned something new every time I do this.
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, dreams that have been, like not happened, or more guitar lessons. Like, I mean, because I've had some lessons throughout the year, but a lot of it is just repetition, and I'd love to be stronger at that. And I took a ton of voice lessons when I was like in my 20s and in college.
Nashville?
And Nashville, yes. And but I haven't had lessons since Nashville. And so at the beginning of 2020, I did an album release. I put out All Mine. I just got to talk about it because it's my baby. and I was like, what I'd really love to do is, I think I need to get back into voice lessons. And I really would love to do that. But then COVID happened. And I know that I could do voice lessons on Zoom, but I but it's hard to find the right teacher that way. But maybe not. Maybe I just need to stop making excuses.
You have to realize though, like for regular plebes like me, listening to someone like you perform and be like, why the hell would she take voice lessons?
Should
Why
teach
the
them.
hell would you take voice lessons?
Well, I would take it for, I mean, longevity and health purpose, you know, just like staying vocally healthy. I
Right.
mean, that I think is being able to do, well, one of the things pre-COVID, I would do lots of 3-hour like shows, and Hell's Kitchen was played, you know, and that isn't something I miss as much as like other kinds of shows, but like in order to do 3 hours and like still go away and talk and like be able to do the 3-hour show the next day. I mean, I think vocal health is really important, and placement and breath control is like all the things for that. But I also do learn things about phrasing and about, you know, the voice is an instrument, right? And like, I can't buy a new one. It's the one I
You
got.
can't. Well,
It's the only
like,
one I got.
if you know, if the humidity warps your strings on a guitar, it's different than your voice. No, it's the only one. I just you know, it's amazing to me how artists are never satisfied. And it's one of my favorite things about most of my favorite artists, that they can't stop. They're like, well, there must be some other angle on this. There must be some other aspect of this. There must be a way to preserve this. And I absolutely love it. And it's one of my favorite things about you. Before we go any further on the Brian Oake Show, I do want to mention Buster's on 28th. They are a local eatery mere blocks from where I'm sitting right now in my own home in Southeast Minneapolis. And well, as it says right there, amazing beer, better food. If you're a beer person, they've got every one of them. Well, not every one of them, but so many of them, it's dizzying. But the food is really my jam over at Buster's. In fact, they're just a few blocks away. And I don't know, Cubano, brisket, cheese curds. And it's not all heavy stuff like that. They really are. I've explained this many times on the show before, where I don't like when I go to a place and they art the food unnecessarily, you know, just like, here's some extruded cucumber foam. And that's not what they do there, but it's all very high end and very delicious, and they're doing a good job. And now that everything's shut down again, which by the way, as someone who wants to get back to a normal life sooner rather than later, I applaud shutting things down, even though it's very, very difficult for local eateries like Buster's on 28th. They're still doing a great job. They're still doing curbside pickup. They're still around. Please support them, because I want them to be around after all of this, or during whatever version of the future looks like. I don't know. It's all very confusing.
Great idea too is to either buy gift cards for yourself or buy gift cards for other people, because if you're one of these people who's like, well, I did curbside to go last week, whatever, you can kind of plan out once we're through COVID to actually go there and buy those gift cards. That will help sustain them and most local businesses right now. Go to busterson28th.com, and you can reach out to them via phone as well at 612-729-0911.
I believe what Sean just said was, makes a great stocking stuffer.
That's exactly what I was saying.
I
just didn't say it.
Said. All right. Before we get back, Sarah, I want to have you remind everyone, because I know that they could rewind the podcast at their leisure. Your new song, Make Room, is available where? Like, if I'm an idiot, like, talk to me like I'm a 4-year-old who's listening to this podcast. Where can I go hear that song again, Mom?
Yeah. Well, you can go listen to it on Spotify. You can listen to it on Apple Music. You can listen to it. You can go to Bandcamp is a great place. You know, this Friday, not that you should wait till Friday to listen to it, but this Friday is Bandcamp Friday. Where Bandcamp doesn't take fees if you buy digital music. And so it's really one of the only places where like you can buy a download these days, which is some hot stuff, because if you buy that download on today, I'd get 85 cents. But if you buy that download on Friday, I get $1.
Well, and
we like it.
We do this much like we talked about small businesses. We do talk to so many artists and so many local creators. this is the era to support the things that make this area as cool as it is. There it is right there. Look at that.
That's how it looks. It's got trees because All Mine, my album at the beginning of the year, had pine trees. I like bookends. All my albums start and end with bookends that are like, and here I'm bookending 20 with pines.
So you buy the song from Bandcamp, do it on Friday so that they take note, which by the way is pretty badass of Bandcamp.
It's super cool. And there's so many great things. I mean, like local things, like the Me Too Minneapolis project is there, like the Quarantine Dream, the Jessup. There's been lots of these really collaborative efforts that have come out on Bandcamp this year. So that's a great way to like double all your giving to or extra.
For 3 weeks in a row, we were able to feature artists that were part of the Me Too Minneapolis thing. And you can only imagine as powerful and important as that was, what if people had been able to come to those shows, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know it's kind of pointless to fantasize about that kind of stuff, but damn, I miss going to see shows and being able to support those kinds of important things. So we've got your song that people can listen to now, get it now, or wait till Friday and do it in, that extra 15 cents. If 40,000 people do it, imagine.
40,000. If anyone did that on Spotify, 40,000 people, like that'd be a big thing.
Yeah, I'd be able to come visit you at your new lodge in Aspen.
You're invited. For sure. I will paint a bathroom green there also.
But I mean, I imagine the Christmas tree you would have at your lodge in Aspen would be fantastic. It feels very, very holiday. So now tell me more about your latest record, which came out at the beginning of the year, and where people could find that.
Yes, sarahmorrismusic.com. There's a store right there. And I'd love to, then I send it to you. It's really charming that I'll give you a pic, my name on it. I'll write you a thank you note. That's a great thing to do. And that's kind of got all my stuff. You can also listen to that on iTunes and Spotify, and you can ask Alexa and Bandcamp, all the places. But I do love All Mine. It was, that was like we got to release it right before there was a show at the Turf Club early February. And I'm super grateful for the memories of playing with musicians while seeing people. Because the thing, I've really grown to enjoy my live streams. Like I have fun with them, but I do get tired of looking at my face. Like this is so much more enjoyable because I can see your face, Brian. I can see your face, John. But when I'm going to do my show on Friday,
this can't be enjoyable.
It's a super enjoyable face. It's a great face.
We make you look really good, Sarah.
No, we all look good together. None of us touched up our faces. We're very honest. But when you live stream, I'm at my phone and I'm like looking at my face, and I get tired of my own face. So my release show has this memory of other people's faces that I was singing to, which is nice.
I think about that with all the artists we've talked to since lockdown is, Sean and I both freakish music fans, and I miss shows so much. But I think about creatives and I think about artists, there is that symbiotic relationship, right? Like, I mean, you get a certain nourishment from having people in front of you listen to the music, and not like I am a golden god, although there's a little bit of that. But I mean, like there's that we love it, you love it. There's a thing that we do for each other, and that's terrible that it's gone away for as long as it has. And I know the streaming is good and people can still enjoy your art, but it's not the same for anybody, including you as an artist.
Yeah, no, I mean so energetic exchange like that. I mean, but that is like a great metaphor for like how we affect each other all the time, everywhere,
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't take that for granted at all. I can't wait to get back to it. And when I do, so I've got a really nice community of people at Patreon, and I think they've helped me with my mental game here. So like when I go to live stream, like I know who those people are that are most likely to show up, and I can like see their faces. Like I just get really zoned. I will stand in my bathroom beforehand and I'll like set an intention for the show. I mean, I get really zoned, and like when people start commenting, there is still some energetic exchange going. For sure it's not the same. And but
well, today is Giving Tuesday, and you mentioned your Patreon account.
Yes.
Tell us about what's your Patreon account.
My Patreon account is Sarah Morris, patreon.com, Sarah Morris Music. And they've gotten a few live streams that are extra. I've released songs just for them, like shared, and they got to hear the Christmas single first.
Oh.
They have all sorts of things that are just for them. And I write them a love letter every week. Right now they're called, it's on Tuesday. They're going to get it. I'm going to finish it after I'm done here. And I call them Gratitude.
Oh.
And I write down something big I'm grateful for and something little I'm grateful for. And then I ask them to please be grateful with me. Gratitude.
We're grateful for you, Sarah Morris.
Very much so, but also, I don't remember you coming up with anything like Gratitude.
You can do it too. I didn't trademark it yet.
No, we're not stealing Gratitude. I need a little more. So, here's the thing is when you talk about setting an intention, I have a lot of people in my life who, when they hear people talk like that, they roll their eyes.
Oh.
But it helps to illustrate and inform why you're this crazy bright ray of light, right? I mean, like, there is a value to being that person. Also, people who do intentions come up with things like Gratitude. John?
One of my superpowers is coming up with geeky names for things, like good geeky names. I'm really solid at that.
Brian's going to have
then you should be in marketing.
Day. Brian, for you, we're going to have Attitudes Day.
There you go. Tuesday's got a lot of potential. You can
it
do
really
a lot
does. You can.
Keep going with it. There's
Yep. Tuesday.
Well, it's not like Tuesday can go any lower. I used to talk about how I have a thing about Tuesday. I think it's the worst day of the week. A lot of people don't like Mondays. A lot of people.
Okay.
See, but see, now the universe seeks a balance, right? Like, so I don't want, because with all this positivity, the last thing I want to do is get dark. In fact, shut up, Brian. Sarah, how would you like to play a holiday song for us?
I can play a holiday song for you. Do you want to play? I can play you a sad one.
Do it.
Oh, good. Is
that better?
Totally. Whatever you like, you're the guest. You can pick anything.
In my bathroom, I have like tons of pieces of paper just because I was like, I didn't know what. So I just printed out tons of Christmas lyrics so I could sing all kinds of things. Okay, this is my Christmas song I released it in 2018. So this is also on Spotify and available for your listening for 500 times in a row. Or, I always think like if Target ever wants to buy any of my Christmas songs, they can do that. Target. Make it a good. Okay. This is called Happier Holidays. I'm going to take a sip of water first.
Am I really going to cry right now?
I don't know.
Yes, right. You will.
Oh.
I don't turn on the radio. I take a walk on a downtown street. I can't stand the sight of those sparkling lights circling the evergreens. People are counting down the nights till Santa comes around. Despite what they're singing, I know he's not bringing what my poor heart needs. 'Tis the season for laughter and joy, and fireplaces all aglow. Once I was the life of the party. You were just telling me now I spent silent nights This time last year, you whispered in my ear, baby, you're all I want. 'Tis the season for giving, for pretty things wrapped up in ribbons and bows. But it's hard to be married with these memories I carry like a stocking full of coal. I can't help but feel just like the weather, a little bit colder than I like in gray. I've tried to forget, but I remember how it used to be when it was you and me. Happier holidays. Now I'm crying in the parking lot where we bought our last tree together. Ooh. I swear most of the time I do all right, but there's something about December I can't help but feel just like the weather, a little bit colder than I like in gray. I've tried to forget, but I remember how it used to be when it was you and me. Happier holidays, oh, how it used to be when it was you and me. And happier holidays. Another jazz chord.
Oh, really? The parking lot where we bought our last tree together?
Yes.
Son of a bitch, Sarah Morris. I'm not calling you a son of a bitch. I'm just saying that in general.
I was dumped quite a bit by Christmas. Like I had 3 years in a row where people broke up with me right before the holidays. So even though I've been happily married for a long time now, I carry that wound.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a time of year where I'm sort of a believer in that there can't be great love without great pain. Like, right? Like, I mean, they're like concentric circles. Like, if you only feel a little bit about someone, then they can't really hurt you. But if you feel all the way, then they can hurt you all the way. And yeah, so no, that was whew, heard that one. That was a really good line. Do you have like a whole album of heartbreak Christmas songs that maybe you'll put together at some point?
That is the dream with a string section. Yes. No, I have 3. So I've got 3 holiday singles that you can go listen to. The other one is quite joyful. It's called Give, 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 Give. But
Give
so
what? Give pain? Give pain, give up.
love. It's lyrics that some people might roll their eyes at but I mean it. I mean that
But you
shit.
know what? Much like we talked about our love of holiday music and this time of year, bleep those people. All right. You know what? Because this is the time of year where, like the Grinch, your heart is supposed to grow 3 sizes. And as long as you don't live in this of weird cotton candy world, it's okay to feel that way sometimes, right? Like feeling good and having outsized positive feelings and also giving. These are all good things. Hey, before we go any further, we should probably one more time.
Oh, I said it's Give Tuesday. I didn't even think of that. We should have given the gift, because isn't that what it is?
I thought you were this big marketing brain. Like you said, you have this gift for coming up with marketing names. Before we go any further, and before we hear another song, and maybe even your give song, if you're so inclined, but I'll leave that up to you. Sean, talk to me about your side hustle where you buy and sell houses.
Oh, my part-time job of being a realtor? Sure. I help people buy
as opposed to being part of this big time fancy podcast.
Full-time plus podcast gig. The market is still strong.
Right.
Everybody, there's a lot of people in Minnesota that think that, November hits and nobody buys or sells homes anymore. That's just not true. It goes down about 40% during, November through April 1st, I'd say, or March 1st. But plenty of people buy and sell. In fact, some people buy and sell during this time because they know they're going to get a good deal. And it's a little less busy for them. So if you know of somebody in the market to buy or sell, 612-859-2594. The rates right now, the interest rates are still really good. So great time to buy in what is a seller's market. 612-859-2594. That number is also text worthy.
Let's look at that face. For those of you seeing this video, look at that
Irish
face.
mug.
Oh, showing up at a house, an open house where it smells like chocolate chip cookies, and that's the face looking at you. Son of a bitch, I'd buy that house.
Even fair.
Sarah, your kids are. What's that?
Oh, he's screen sharing. Yes,
I
there
don't
it
just
is.
said it's not even fair.
There it is. Oh, there it is. There it is. So, Sarah, your kids are doing the social distancing.
Mhm.
You have a show from the Big Green Bathroom on Friday. This is a weird question, and I don't think there's a right answer to it. Are you in the holiday spirit yet? And if not, what do you think will be the tipping point for you?
I am in the holiday spirit. I feel like it tipped.
Good for you.
When this I spent time listening to mixes for Make Room and like getting it ready, and I think that helped me a lot. I listened to it in my minivan the other day, and I was like, yes, I'm feeling this. We're decorating our tree tonight. Rudolph is on CBS. That's going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
I've been making a really solid Christmas playlist at home, so we've been listening to Christmas music all the time. Thanksgiving is a place that brought me, like, we spent Thanksgiving just the four of us at home, and that was hard, like different, and but it was still meaningful, and I feel like that's always a great place to get into it. I don't know. I feel like outsized positive feelings are like, if you can get there this year at any point, if you even like have an inkling of the joy, then you got to like lean into the joy and say, okay, take me.
Just rock the joy. Just rock the joy. Just
Relax,
hold its hair a little bit. Mind the fontanelle. Mind the fontanelle.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. And if people don't feel like it's like, well, it's Valentine's Day, you better be in love. Like, you don't have to be that way. But if it comes, don't fight it. Like, take joy in any form it arrives to you. Not only every year, but I mean this year in particular. Like, so I need a little snow on the ground. I need to get the tree up. The tree is a huge deal to me, and a lot of people are like, whatever, we just do the thing. My daughter and I have a tradition where we go by the tree every year, and we're doing that this week. I want to get it decorated, and although I have quit drinking, I used to sit down with a little nog. Everyone else has gone to bed. The tree lights are the only lights that are on, and then I listen to some quiet music like the Jackie Gleason Christmas album, and it comes like a wave. And so I haven't had that yet, but I'm glad that you have, and I hope that everyone listening and experiencing it does get it. Before we wrap up with a final song, by the way, Sarah, thank you. I really enjoy your company, and this is super, super cool. You have a new single that's available at all the places. People can get it right now. They can listen to it, but why not buy it? Why not add it to your collection? And if you wait until Friday, I don't want to delay joy, but if you wait until Friday, then you'll be doing the best you can by Sarah on this lovely holiday season. This Friday, if people want to experience, like, maybe this will get them in the mood. Maybe this will be their tipping point.
Yes, because of the threatening face I made already and the tinsel in my eyes, I guarantee, like, there's lots of areas in my life where I have insecurity and worry about my self-confidence, but I can guarantee, I feel it in my bones that I can make you, the royal you, whoever you are, feel more joyful about the holidays. It's contagious in the right way. So if you listen on Friday, Facebook or YouTube, you can follow me. It's Sarah Morris Music in most places, and sarahmorrismusic.com will have links everywhere. If you want to go the extra mile and become a Patreon, there's they get all the special links too. But yeah, that's 6:45 is the cocktail show. 7:00 is the music. I'm going to do 10 songs probably, because I do think there's a limit to how much we should all stare at a screen. But it'll be, I'm going to get you feeling festive.
I was going to say, that's the most joyous threat I've heard in a long time. The intensity of your delivering the holiday spirit, wonderful. I am so glad. Thank you, Sarah. So people can enjoy that this Friday. People can go back and get your record. They can hear your new holiday single. Is there anything else that you would like to mention before we hear our final song and call it a day?
Just be nice to each other.
You mean Brian and I, or everybody?
Well, you two are pretty nice. Thanks for letting me, it's been a joy to, I still feel like I hung out with you today. And I'm
Thank you, Sarah.
Weird, right?
We're so glad. We just love having you on the show, and we are huge supporters of you. So
I appreciate it.
You
I
bet.
feel it.
Happy holidays.
And we will do this again in the future. I look forward to the day where I can be the guy sliding open the shower door right there and popping out to surprise people.
Totally.
During one of your toilet tunes.
Hey, now Brian and I are not good singers, but I think at some point we need to sing a song with you.
I do bring a rich, sonorous baritone to the party where I can do a no dogs allowed.
Yes.
Something.
We often call on Doug Collins for that rich, sonorous baritone, but he's not.
Oh, yeah.
Doug.
Love
Doug Collins.
I know Doug. I know Doug pretty well, actually, and so yeah.
We can.
Nice try, Doug. All right,
Doug. Someone's coming for your job in my bathroom. Okay.
No.
I can either do for you. You guys choose a classic Christmas song or a song that I wrote for my mom's birthday a few weeks ago that I feel like speaks to the fact that we can't adequately celebrate the ones that we love because 2020 is special.
Right?
The second one?
Yeah, the second one, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, entirely up to you, whatever your comfort level is. But I feel like if it's a song you wrote and it means that much, and it's about the Thanksgiving we all had to go through where we were sitting by ourselves and barely looking at these jittery screens, I feel like that's probably the one.
Okay. I will promise that I sing standards at the holiday show on Friday. So don't be worried if you're like, oh, she's just going to sing her own songs. I will also
We've all heard Silver Bells.
No,
many people listening right now haven't heard this one before. Let's hear this one.
All right. So this one I wrote is my mom's birthday a few weeks ago. And we, after summer being able to kind of hang out pod style, we decided to lock it down hardcore right before her birthday, which was painful. And so I wrote her this song. You deserve a party. You deserve a parade. A marching band led by synchronized flags. But what you're getting is a phone call, a distant champagne toast, which isn't nearly enough for the one that I love the most. You deserve a masterpiece comprised of words or paint. You deserve a monument of marble on display. What you're getting is a generic card that I bought a while ago, which isn't nearly enough for the one that I love the most. For all the reasons that are easy for the world to see you, for all the reasons that belong to only you and me. You deserve New York City, first class all the way, a band to dance to, and the kind of night where you wind up on stage. What you're getting is your living room, maybe some Bowie on the stereo, that's not nearly enough for the one that I love the most. For all the reasons that are easy for the world to see. Ooh, for all the reasons that belong to only you and me. You deserve your favorite people crowded around your favorite cake. As many candles as you wish, as many wishes as you can make. What you're getting is a little song. I tried my best, but still I know that it's not nearly enough for the one that I love the most, which isn't nearly enough for the one that I love the most.
Thanks, Sarah.
Oh,
When I recorded that, Brian, I put it on Facebook and I'm sobbing, like I am weeping. Yeah, I held it together.
Oof. Yeah, no, the last podcast we did is how my mom found out that I wasn't coming to Thanksgiving, and oof, wow. Okay, I'll pull it online. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Holy crap. Well, thanks to Sarah Morris for making me cry 3 times in one show. Super cool. Appreciate that. There we go. That's much better right there. Sarah, tell me the details about Friday one more time, please.
Yeah, sarahmorrismusic.com is my website, which has the link to the Facebook and it has the link to the YouTube. And then you can follow me on Facebook is a great place, or Instagram. All the information is there. But the show, it starts at 6:45 of the pre-show, 7:00 Central. We'll go till just before 8, and I will get you with my tinsel eyes.
Oh, too late. I'm preserved on the tree right now. I'm next to the little like silver squirrel on a motorcycle ornament. That's what
Yes.
I'm looking forward to getting the tree up. Thank you for
How about
kicking off
that
my
guy right
holiday
there?
season like that. What? Whoa.
Ooh,
check out that
Now,
owl.
I have a
think that's
similar
nice.
one that's an owl, but it's made out of a pine cone. It's on a similar. Oh, I cannot wait to decorate the tree. Shit, I might. Sean, I know that we're going to record another podcast later today. I might go get a tree between now and then because I'm tired of waiting. Between the music and seeing that ornament,
don't wait.
I take the ornament so seriously. Yes, I see that. All right. Well, thank you to the Gandalf of my musical heart right now, Sarah Morris. Jesus, that was a really great song, Sarah. You're very good at what you do, and I'm very appreciative for you taking the time to join us once again.
Thank you so much for doing this with me, and trying the Zoom thing was really great to see your faces. And
Yeah, it's weird. Well, between gravy eyes and now crying openly, I look like I've been in a fight.
I
And
think
I
you're
lost.
great.
I think I lost. Thank you, Sarah, and good luck with everything. I love the new single. Good luck with the show on Friday,
Thanks.
and we'll talk again soon. And sometime we'll do this in person because then you could both take turns drying my tears. Sean, be well. Happy holidays. I probably won't talk to you again, Sarah. So Merry Christmas,
Yes,
Happy
Merry
Holidays,
Christmas.
however you decide to do it.
Christmas.
Enjoy all of it. And thanks to everybody. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to Sarah. Thanks to Sean. And we'll do it again next time on the Brian Oake Show. What do you say?